So I'm sure by now we've all heard the theory that this Shinigami is in fact a reincarnation of Light Yagami. But what if I told you that this Shinigami is not Light Yagami, but rather another character in the Death Note story entirely? You see, we know very little about this Shinigami, and the only things that we know about this Shinigami are based on the scenes in the Death Note Relight movie. People who have theorized that this is actually a reincarnation of Light Yagami also tend to compare the physical characteristics of both characters to each other. So the way that we're introduced to this character, again, is through the Death Note Relight movie, with this Shinigami talking to a few other Shinigami trying to find Ryuk because he's interested to hear Ryuk's story from whenever he met Light Yagami. So finally, after finding Ryuk, he approaches Ryuk and asks him to tell him his story. In his compensation for Ryuk telling him the story, he throws him an apple. Unfortunately, not a really juicy one like Ryuk enjoys, but he takes it nonetheless. One of the interesting features about the Shinigami is the fact that their eyes are always glowing red. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and get to the point because I don't want this video to drag on too long. Now, before I tell all of you who I think the Shinigami actually is, if they are a reincarnation of a human being, I want you to go ahead and pause this video, go to the comment section down below, and I want you to tell me what character you think this might be. Now, when people are comparing the physical traits of this Shinigami to Light Yagami, one of the things they point out is the fact that whenever Light, at the very end of Death Note, whenever he is all shot up and everything, and he's like all hunched over, right? Who is another character that we know who was hunched over? And if you were thinking L, then you're close. In fact, you're only 10 letters off. So if you haven't figured it out already, I think that if this Shinigami is a reincarnation of a human being, that this is actually Beyond Birthday. So even if we're looking at just the physical features of this character, we see that their head, it's just a skull. And at the very end of the light novel, we do know that Beyond Birthday sets himself on fire. And one of the characteristics that he took from L was being hunched over. And even just based on the characteristics alone, the glowing eyes. Now, obviously it is fans who have done all the fan art and whatnot. However, if you take a look at the cover of the light novel, some people theorize that that isn't Ryuzaki, that's B. Which, by the way, if that is B, then that is very clever, because not only does the plot twist work at the end because of the way that the story is told, but also because you look at that cover thinking, oh, okay, that is Naomi Misuda and L. No, that's B. So again, I think that if this Shinigami is a reincarnation of a human being, that this is not Light Yagami. This is Beyond Birthday. In fact, whenever I came up with this theory, I was going pretty deep into it, and I had thought to myself, what if Death Note is actually just an ARG, or at least similar to an ARG? And not even a week later, I'm on the internet, and it turns out that there's apparently some kind of Death Note sequel or something new coming out. And before coming across the information about the new Death Note, whatever that's going to be, I was thinking to myself, like, this cannot be all of Death Note's story. There's more going on. There's a lot more story that hasn't been told yet. So coming across that information that there's going to be more Death Note or whatever that is, it just kind of made it seem more like I think there actually is validity to this. Regardless, let me know what y'all's thoughts about all this down or in the comments section below. And thank you for making it to the end of the video. I genuinely do appreciate it. Don't forget to put a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I primarily make Naruto videos on this channel, but I'll also be doing some bonus videos like these from time to time. But regardless, you know what MatPat would say. But that's just a theory. A Death Note theory. Thanks for watching, my friends. Peace.